Hi students, today we'll discuss regarding the pregnancy and parturition. First we'll see what is this pregnancy. Okay, in this pregnancy what happens? See, whenever the sperm come in contact with the ovum, which will be forming a zygote. Clear? See, this zygote which will be undergoing mitotic divisions, which will be undergoing mitotic divisions in the uterus, and which will be forming 2, 4, 8 and 16 dotted cells. Clear? Which will be forming these many dotted cells. These dotted cells you will call it as blastomeres. Okay, these dotted cells you will call it as a blastomeres. Clear? See, this embryo, see, whatever the embryo which will be having 18 to 60 blastomeres, you will call it as a morula. This morula finally which will be divides and it is going to be transforms into blastocyst. Clear? See, this blastocyst now it is going to be moves into the uterus. Clear? See here what happens, zygote undergoing mitotic divisions and it is producing 2, 4, 8, 16 daughter cells, that you will call it as a blastomeres. Clear? Only the embryo having 8 to 16 blastomeres, that you will call it as morula. That morula further undergoing division and it will be transforms into the blastocyst, then it will be moves into the uterus. Okay, if you take one blastocyst, okay, if you see this is one blastocyst, this blastocyst will be covered by a cells of blastomeres. Okay, if you see, the blastomeres will be covering this blastocyst as a membrane. Okay, this you will call it as a blastomeres. Okay, this blastomeres which will be covering this blastocyst as a layer, this you will also call it as a trophoblast. Okay, you will also call it as a trophoblast. And next what happens, which will be having the inner wall. Okay, this you will call it as a inner cell mass. This inner cell mass which will be differentiated into the embryo later. Clear? See, whatever this trophoblast will be present, this will be attached to the endometrium. This will be attached to the endometrium. Clear? See, regarding this blastocyst which will be covered by the cells, you will call it as blastomeres. As a membrane you will call it as a trophoblast. Clear? So inner cell mass finally differentiated into the embryo. What is the use of this trophoblast, which will be useful to attach to the endometrium? Clear? See, after attachment to the endometrium, then what happens, whatever the uterine cells will be present, which will be divides rapidly and covers the blastocyst. Clear? Clear? See, after the trophoblast, once it is attached to the endometrium, then what happens, the uterine cells, okay, which will be divides very rapidly and which will be covers this blastocyst. Clear? See, now what happens, because of covering this blastocyst with the help of this uterine cells, now what happens, this blastocyst will be completely embedded in the endometrium. Clear? That means which will be totally fixed in this endometrium. Okay, this process you will call it as implantation. See, this implantation which will be leads to the pregnancy. Clear? See what happens here, I am discussing. If you take one blastocyst covered by trophoblast and inner cell mass which will be differentiated into the embryo, this trophoblast attached to the endometrium, because of that uterine cells which will be divides very rapidly and which will be covering this blastocyst. Clear? So that what happens, which will be completely embedded in the endometrium, that you will call it as implantation, which will be leading to the pregnancy. Clear? See, next what happens here, see, after implantation, okay, after this implantation process, finger like projections, okay, some of the finger like projections is going to be appears on the trophoblast. Okay, some of the finger like projections is going to be appears in the trophoblast, that you will call it as a chorionic villi. Okay, this chorionic villi which will be surrounded by uterine tissue and maternal blood. Okay, you remember, see, after implantation what happens, finger like projections will be appeared around this trophoblast, that you will call it as chorionic villi. Okay, this chorionic villi which will be surrounded by uterine tissue as well as the maternal blood. Clear? See this chorionic villi, see, along with the uterine tissue, okay, this you will call it as a placenta. Okay, see this placenta which will be acting like a barrier between the fetus as well as the maternal body. Okay, what is this placenta actually, which is a chorionic villi plus uterine tissue which will be forming a placenta, that means which will be acting like a barrier between the fetus as well as the maternal body. Clear? See, what is the use of this placenta? This will be supplying oxygen and nutrients. Clear? Oxygen and nutrients to the embryo, as well as which will be removing the waste from the embryo. Okay, this is the role of this placenta. Clear? See, which will be supplying oxygen and nutrients to the embryo, and which also removing the waste from the embryo also. Clear? And this placenta which will be connected to the embryo with the help of umbilical cord. Clear? With the help of this umbilical cord, this placenta will be connected to the embryo. See, apart from that, this placenta which will be acting like an endocrine tissue. See, why it is called it as an endocrine tissue? That means which will be secreting some hormones. Okay, that is human chorionic gonadotropin hormone, and next one is estrogen hormone, next progesterone hormone, and next one is human placental lactogen. Okay, HPL, that is human placental lactogen. And the later phase, what happens, relaxin hormone is also going to be released from the ovary. But you remember, during pregnancy, HCG, HPL and relaxin hormones will be released only during the pregnancy. Clear? But in case of normal women, these type of hormones cannot be released. Clear? You remember, only in case of pregnant women only these type of hormones will be released. Clear? See, during the pregnancy what happens, not only these hormones but other hormones, if you see, like estrogen, and next one is progesterone. Clear? Cortisol hormones and prolactin, and next one is thyroxine. Clear? See, all these hormone will be increase its levels during the pregnancy. Why? Because these all will be supporting the fetal growth. Okay, to support the fetal growth, or these hormone levels is going to be increased. Okay, not only supporting the fetal growth, and also for the maintenance of pregnancy, see, these hormones will be useful. Clear? See, what happens, until now we had seen only after implantation what happens to the outer trophoblast. Clear? See, after implantation, whatever the embryo that will be present, that means inner cell mass. See, after implantation, the inner cell mass, I told you, which will be differentiated into the embryo. Clear? See, once it is differentiated into the embryo, which will be differentiated into the two layers initially, that is ectoderm, which is the outer layer, and next one is endoderm, you will call it as inner layer. Soon after, which will be appears the mesoderm also. Clear? Clear? These three layers gives all the tissue in case of the adults. It is going to be gives all tissues or the organs in case of adults. Clear? And you remember, this embryo which will be having the stem cells. Okay, these stem cells which will be having the potency to give rise to all tissues or organs. Clear? See, the organs, embryo which will be having mainly these three layers which will be giving rise to tissues or organs in case of the adults. See, why? Because which will be having mainly the stem cells which will be having the potency to give rise to all the tissues as well as the organs. Clear? And if you see, the gestation period in case of human beings is only the 9 months. Clear? The gestation period is 9 months. See, after 1 month, okay, after 1 month of the pregnancy, what happens? The heart is going to be formed. Clear? In the fetus, heart is going to be formed. See, because of the formation of this heart, which will be acting like a first sign of growing fetus by listening the heart sounds. Clear? See, that means after 1 month they are going to be test for the heart sounds. Is it clear? This is acting like a first sign of growing the fetus. Next one, what happens at the end of the second month? What happens? Mainly the limbs and digits are going to be formed at the end of the second month. Next one is at the end of third month. Okay, this you will also call it as at the end of 12 weeks or the first trimester. Okay, see, during this stage what happens? Most of the major organs are going to be formed during this stage, that you will call it as a at the end of third month or the first trimester. Okay, next one is at the end of 6 months. Okay, this you will also call it as a second trimester. At the end of this 6 months, body covered by fine hair. Okay, fine hair will be formed. And next one is eyelids is going to be separated. Okay, eyelids separated. And next one is eyelashes are going to be formed at the end of this second trimester. Next one, what happens at the end of 9 months? Okay, that is the third trimester. Finally, what happens? The fetus is fully developed. Clear? See, this is all regarding the pregnancy. Clear? So next we'll discuss regarding the parturition process. See, what is this parturition? Okay, this parturition is nothing but the process of delivery of the fetus. Okay, this parturition is the process of delivery of fetus is known as parturition. Is it clear? See, during this process what happens? There will be a vigorous contractions of the uterus is going to be taking place. Because of that vigorous contraction of the uterus, finally which will be leading to the delivery of the fetus. Okay, that process of delivery of fetus is known as the parturition. Clear? See, mainly this parturition process is going to be induced by, that is, neuroendocrine mechanism. Okay, this is going to be induced by this neuroendocrine mechanism. Okay, we'll see what is this neuroendocrine mechanism. See, initially what happens? The signals for parturition, okay, whatever the signals for parturition is going to be originates from the fetus and the placenta itself. Okay, for this parturition, initially the signals, okay, that is going to be originates from the fetus as well as from the placenta. Then what happens? Because of these signals, which will be inducing very mild contractions of the uterus, this you will call it as fetal ejection reflex. You will call it as fetal ejection reflex. Clear? See, this fetal ejection reflex, which will be triggers the release of oxytocin from the pituitary gland. This is going to be triggers the release of oxytocin from pituitary gland. Is it clear? See, then what happens? Immediately which will be releasing the oxytocin. Clear? See, once the oxytocin is going to be released, then what happens? Which will be leading to further uterine contractions. Clear? See, as the uterine contractions is going to be increased, okay, which will be stimulates the pituitary gland for further secretions of the oxytocin. That means this will call it as a positive feedback mechanism. See, once if the uterine contractions are increased, which further stimulates the pituitary gland for the release of more amount of the oxytocin, so that which will be leading to very strong contractions of the uterus. Clear? See, because of very strong contractions to the uterus, what happens, which will be leading to the expulsion of baby from the birth canal. Okay, which will be leading to the expulsion of baby from, that is, birth canal. Clear? See, after infant is delivered, then what happens, the placenta is also expelled out of the uterus. Okay, after the infant is delivered, then what happens, the placenta is also expelled out, okay, from the uterus. Okay, so this is the process of parturition that is going to be taking place in case of the pregnant women. Okay, that is a process of delivery of the fetus is known as parturition. Okay, this is influenced or induced by the neuroendocrine mechanism. Why? Because there is a involvement of pituitary gland here for the release of the oxytocin, so you are calling it as a neuroendocrine mechanism. Clear? See, initially the signals for parturition is going to be originate from the fetus and placenta itself, which will be causing very mild contractions. We will call it as fetal ejection reflex. This fetal ejection reflex, which will be triggers the release of oxytocin from the pituitary gland. Okay, once the oxytocin is released, which will be leading to the uterine contractions, which will be stimulates the pituitary gland for the release of more amount of the oxytocin, which will be leading to the very strong contractions of the uterus. Clear? Finally, which will be leading to the expulsion of baby from the birth canal. So once the infant is delivered, then what happens, immediately the placenta is also expelled out from the uterus. Okay, this is very brief explanation regarding the parturition process. I hope you have understood this class. Thank you so much.